What up, ladies and gentlemen? It's your boy D, the Delinquent. Today, let's compare the Glock 26 Gen 4 to the Glock 26 Gen 5. Now, before I begin and get down to the nitty gritty, yes, I know this comparison has been done before, but I feel another honest opinion from a regular gun-toting Second Amendment exercising proud to be living in a cowboy state dude who is not an extreme firearm enthusiast wouldn't hurt. In this video, I'll be going over the differences between the two for sure, but I do want to say this first. If you landed on this video because you are a first-time buyer and you're thinking about making the Glock 26 model yours, I say go for it. As long as you're looking for a reliable compact size 9mm handgun, you will like this piece, especially if it's your first go. And I'm like 99% sure you'll end up loving Glocks. Welcome to the Glock familia. But anyway, just make sure you hold it, get a true feel for it, and you think ahead how you're going to be carrying it, storing it, yada yada yada. You know, do all your research too, you know what I mean? Don't just take my word for it. And I do want to say, I know some guys with huge hands do tend not liking this model. Some of them do go they lean more towards the Gen 5 models. I'll show you why in a bit. But on the real, it's reliable, smooth to fire, gets the job done, it's affordable, and it holds great resale value if you ever find yourself needing to get out of it or you just want to upgrade. Anyway, let's go. Around 2017 or 18, I think, Glock came out with the Gen 5 models. They made some changes. Notice, I said changes, not improvements. Yeah, we're all entitled to our own opinions, and I know many of you are going to say the Gen 5 features are actually improvements. That's fine, whatever, but I'm going to show you why and what exactly I miss and love about the Gen 4 model. Both Gen 4 and Gen 5 Glock 26 models come with a 10-round capacity factory magazine. I got the pinky extender for my Gen 4. It makes it real comfortable. Both models are 9x19mm, 9mm, and both have the ability to take extended round magazines. Both the Gen 4 and Gen 5 Glock 26 models have polymer sights. Of course, you can research deeper specs on us.glock.com. Now let's briefly go over the Glock 26 Gen 4 first. This piece weighs 550 grams, so that's 1.21 pounds without the factory magazine. 28N trigger pull weighs 730 grams or 1.61 pounds approximately with a loaded factory magazine. 3.43-inch barrel. Overall length is 6.42 inches. Overall width is 1.26 inches. The height with the factory magazine inside is 4.17 inches. Now let's quickly go over the Glock 26 Gen 5 model. This one weighs 559 grams or 1.23 pounds without the magazine. It weighs 739 grams or 1.63 pounds approximately with a loaded factory magazine. 26N trigger pull. Overall length 6.42 inches. Overall width 1.30 inches. Height with the factory magazine inside 4.17 inches. The Gen 5 model comes with a superior Glock hard surface finish, NDLC. When you see them side by side, you're going to be able to tell the difference. It's pretty cool. It helps prevent the, scratches and scuffs that you normally get with your firearms when you're taking it in and out of your holster, maybe even dropping it, whatever. It actually does make a difference. Now let's take a look at them side by side. The Gen 4 feels light, extremely compact and comfortable in the hand, and so does the Gen 5. It's light and compact as well. Now here's why I choose the Gen 4 model over the Gen 5. You see this right here? These are the finger grooves. I love this. It just makes me feel like I can manhandle it. I'm not gonna drop it. It's not gonna fly out my hand, and I don't know, I just like it. Now, I gotta be honest. I hate the way my pinky finger free floats on both models. This is why I have a pinky extender on this magazine that I like to put on the Gen 4. It just gives me more of a grip and there's no free floating fingers. You feel me? Now both models are 9mm and their magazines are interchangeable. But when I use the one that I like with the pinky extender, I just hate how there's still no finger grooves. Some people like this, I don't. But don't worry to all of you non-finger groove supporters / fans. I know removing the finger grooves does serve important purposes for many users. I'll mention them for the potential new buyers and for those who don't know. But I'm only going to mention a couple of them because this video is supposed to be comparing the Gen 4 and the Gen 5 26 models. Here we go. 1. Stationary or molded finger grooves don't assure it'll fit everyone's hands. 2. Removing the finger grooves makes the piece universal, but also allows better grip for many handlers. 3. According to Glock, removing the grooves will allow users to control the recoil more and allow faster ability for follow-up shots. There, you happy now? On the Gen 5 model, it looks like the trigger has a smooth finish to it. It doesn't affect the shooting at all, but on the Gen 4 model, it has a texture. See these splines right there? I personally like it because it makes me feel like I got more grip. Stippling texture and patterns are both identical. The Gen 5 models have a super dark black finish. It's beautiful. The Gen 5 wins hands down for presentation. Also, the lettering on the slides on the Gen 5 models are engraved into the metal, and on the Gen 4 it's raised, more like embossed. Now looking at the frames by themselves side by side, I noticed that Glock added this weird little bump thing right here, and they also cut out this piece for the back plate as well. In my right hand I'm holding the Gen 5 slide. You can see that back plate cutout I was talking about. The Gen 5 model has a double-sided slide stop. It's one piece that wraps around the frame. The Gen 4 model only has it on one side. Holding the slides with the barrels and springs intact side by side, they do look similar, but you could tell the Gen 5 is darker and there's a couple differences going on here. Let me show you. Looking at the barrels, to be honest, they both look the same. That's just being real with y'all. Springs look identical, except the Gen 5 is a little bit darker and the actual spring starts a little bit higher than the other. Gen 4 models have the trigger spring located back here, and on the Gen 5 models, they moved it closer up here. Since the trigger assemblies are different from each other, you will notice some pieces are identical, but they sit differently when mounted. The slide on the Gen 5 model has 2 modifications to accommodate the ambi slide lock versus the Gen 4 only having 1 modification to accommodate the one-sided slide lock. Looking at the frames side by side again, I do notice that they eliminated a push rod on the Gen 5 model, and that's awesome, especially if you're doing lots of taking down and stripping down for nice thorough cleaning. Less nuts and bolts, the better, right? Looking at the slides again side by side, I do notice that Glock went ahead and swapped out the circular safety firing pin thingamajig for a more trapezoid shaped one. I don't know the purpose, but hey, they did it and it's different. So that pretty much sums up the biggest differences between the Gen 5 and the Gen 4 Glock Model 26s. Now of course, if you dig deep and look up the schematics and the crazy deep down specifications, you are going to find some differences. I'll give you that. But yo, like I said in the beginning of this video, I'm just a regular cat who loves the Second Amendment, loves my cowboy state. I love firearms, but I'm not a crazy gun enthusiast, okay? These were just honest opinions and just straight up simple easy findings that I see while looking at the two side by side. So I really hope this video helped some of you out there, especially if you're shopping for a Glock Model 26 but you just don't know which gen to get. I'll recommend this one more time. If you got bigger hands or if the finger grooves really bother you, if it's an issue for you, lean more towards the Gen 5 models. And if you're shopping used, or if all you can find for whatever reason are the Gen 4 and older models and you don't want those finger grooves, don't panic. There's some great videos all over YouTube that shows you how to modify the frame to get rid of those finger grooves. And if it's your first time buying a firearm, please, I can't stress this enough. Be smart, be safe, and make sure to check out the laws and all the rules and guidelines in your state before even trying or even thinking about possessing and owning a firearm. Safety first, man. There you have it, ladies and gentlemen. I hope you liked the video. Please hit that thumbs up, smash that notification bell, and don't forget to subscribe. Peace, y'all.